So a lot of you have been asking me to review this case due to the unusual nature of the murders, and honestly, it's all over the news right now about the four young people that were stabbed to death while sleeping in Idaho, Moscow. But we're going to avoid all the outside noise about stalkers and all that paranormal, whatever. We're going to avoid all that. And also, as of this recording, it is November 30th. So after this, more facts could possibly appear. But as of now, let's get into it. So 5 young women lived at a 3-story house in 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. It's a town of about 25,000 people. It's where the University of Idaho is. All were students at the University of Idaho. Now, this is where it gets kind of crazy. The murders happened on the second floor of the house. It was 3 women that lived there and 1 boyfriend. They were stabbed to death by an edged knife. But the 2 women sleeping on the first floor were unharmed. They just slept through it. And there was a dog, like a shepherd of some sort, that also was unharmed. And I'm like, if someone's getting murdered, wouldn't the dog bark? Or you would hear screaming, like as you can see from the house right now. Like, the house is big, but it's not big enough where if someone starts screaming that you wouldn't be able to hear. You can see the second floor right there, and you see the first floor. So the killer, I don't know if they're already in the house or they got into the house. This house also had automatic locks where it has like a code. You type in a code and it locks that way, So how did they get in? But once they got in, they murdered everyone on that second floor, but didn't take anything, didn't steal anything. And that's another thing, like, what is the motive? And the fact that it was done by edged knife, people would have been screaming and whatnot, but that wasn't happening. And there was multiple stab wounds. The cops did say there were some defensive stab wounds as well. So, some people were somewhat fighting back. But the fact that, for the most, there isn't any evidence that seems to be left behind. And what is the motive? Because, on murders like this, usually it's a crime of passion. Like, it's not just random that someone just goes into some second floor house and just stabs everyone up and just leaves, without taking anything. Usually it's like there are, reasons as to why this happens. And like I said, it's a really unusual case because of the lack of evidence and the lack of motive. It's like, why? Like, why leave some people alive in the house? And there's an animal as well. And plus, what makes it crazy is it's a small town, there's a lot of hysteria going around. And on top of that, the University of Idaho, the school is starting back up. So, like, kids are on edge right now because the cops haven't caught this person. They don't know what's going on. And there is a ton of outside noise about stalkers, about murders that happened in the past that are similar. There's kind of a lot of weird murders in this area, but I don't know what's going on, but stay tuned.